he needs. They'll answer all those. I'm just saying Seattle is going to be really good.
You should switch to 1-800-CONTACTS because it's super easy, so cheap.
I save shipping costs. I save
next year and the year after. Then you don't know. Okay. You can't project 3 years out in pro football. You can project 24 months.
That's fair. But if they lose one of two, Walker or Shaheed, and what if they lose 2 of 2? They lose both those guys.
Shaheed, you can lose.
I mean, the punt return against the Rams essentially saved their season down 16 with 8 minutes left in the game.
Walker's
kickoff return.
Walker's very, very important.
Charbonnet will be back, but also I think this Kubiak loss, Colin. I don't want to draw a direct parallel to what happened with Jared Goff and Ben Johnson, but we saw when you lose your offensive coordinator, that offense sagged in Detroit. We predicted that.
Okay, Goff was still fine. The problem, you went from the best offensive coordinator, and it dropped down.
To an in-house guy.
So Clint Kubiak, I don't think is Ben Johnson. I think he's good. So you're not that high. And my gut is
all right. Drive safe.
And Mike McDaniel. They don't choose guy down the hall. Now they may.
Yeah, they're going to go in-house for that.
I don't love that, but my take is Ben Johnson was the best OC for 3 years. Clint Kubiak a really good OC. And the guy who replaced Ben Johnson, it didn't work. By mid-season, Campbell took it over. If you hire a guy that's not Clint Kubiak, but is capable, it's a really good roster. And a really good GM. I mean, last year's Super Bowl team was Philly, led by their GM. This year's Super Bowl is Seattle.
Oh, yeah. Philly lost their OC. Kellen Moore goes to the Saints. Yeah. New OC, total disaster. But
still double-digit wins. And it was a disaster.
But the division was a joke. Washington fell off the cliff. Wow. I mean, you're almost selling me on the opposite of Seattle. They're going to go to 9 wins. That division is brutal.
Slim and Sammy D is coming back. Live in L.A. it's better. Yeah, I don't understand why the NBA, we don't like tanking. Let's be honest. 5 to 7 teams every year are tanking. And everybody understands it and you can't stop it. It's like, okay, I'm not saying you have to go and full embrace it, but don't change any rules to avoid tanking. And then, bottom line, don't you want the bad teams to get good? Let them. I don't like a team being the second worst in the league and then drafting 9. It's like I reward them, give them a player. Guess what? If you do that, they won't be tanking in 3 years. But it feels like it's the same teams over and over and over. If they don't win the ping pong ball lottery, you have to tank again. J-Mac with the news.
This is the Headline News.
19 Tiger.
I didn't talk much about it. 61 yards at 2 targets. Pretty good game for Cooper. He have gone overboard on Cooper Kupp's career and legacy.
Cooper is an absolute force multiplier. An absolute stud of a person, stud of a teammate. This was in my opinion. Super Bowl MVP, 2-time champion, all-time great teammate.
Triple Crown winner. I mean, how was he not?
The thing with Coop is like the way he's helped our program and how we build what we do from day to day is not talked about enough. He's got a great perspective. I need to listen to him. I think
it's very interesting why he had a big game. So if you're starting and preparing for a New England Vrabel team, you're thinking, they're going to take away JSN. You go into the game with Vrabel, Belichick.
There's one hand behind his back. He played with one hand behind his back.
Said, we're going to start for Cooper Kupp. He's going to be more open. So Seattle's game plan was like, okay, JSN's great, but we know what they're going to do. They're going to be all over JSN, and they were. And so, again, the game plan by McDonald, I thought was superior than the New England game plan, which is Seattle was like, we're going to target, we're going to target two guys because we know what you're going to do. This is one of the biggest completions of the game. So, you know, in Seattle, very much early, it's like, we're taking field goals. We're not going to play into your game.
What happened? Huh?
3-0, 6-0, 9-0. So Seattle went into this game clearly knowing we know what everybody thinks you're going to do to us, and we're going to counteract it. And I thought Seattle had
There's a lot of love for what happened in the Super Bowl with Amanwari, the safety for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other safeties around the league being moved around like chess pieces. Hugely valuable. I think Caleb Downs is a little relative to the Cowboys.
If you can get him down to 12,
I think he's going to go hard. I think it's there's
put the now is this your or is
no,
this
this is Joe Clyde. This is Joe Clyde.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Clyde's got a lot of Big Ten guys.
This is a really good draft.
Yeah.
If those are the top 12 players, there are some
Yeah.
dude. David Bailey at Texas Tech is unblockable.
Now, there is some off-field stuff about Bailey that's starting to bubble up. We'll see. I like him a lot. I'm not taking shots. But obviously, draft season is going to be fun.
Very good offensive tackle and edge rusher draft.
And as you saw this season, that's massive. Final story, Colin. Let's go to the NBA. Ooh, Lakers going to be very spicy here this offseason and may not be good for Rob Pelinka. There is a report, and I know there's a lot of reports out there, but this one indicates that if LA doesn't make a deep playoff run, Rob Pelinka's job will likely be on, quote, life support, despite him trading for Luka Doncic last year. Now, some of that has to do with this Dodgers new ownership situation. You know how it goes. New front office. They want their guys, and they could have a new GM targeted. Pelinka could be in
You
trouble.
have the problem with Rob Pelinka. I walk in as the Dodger guy, and I look at the league, and I do analytics, and it is a 3-and-D league, and you don't have any elite defenders and not enough shooters. I got nothing against Rob Pelinka, who can be a little thin-skinned. But, Rob, you don't have what the league is. This is a fantasy offense.
It's difficult to find those guys when you're handicapped by the LeBron contract.
I'm not.